This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you're talking about at BYU-Idaho. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that at BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. Today's hosts are
Austin Pace,
Jack Esplin,
Malia Vanbuskirk,
and Maiya Waddell. Today we're talking all about bucket lists and traveling. So welcome everybody. We are currently in the Manwaring Center recording. And I'm excited for this because we're going to be talking all about just fun bucket list items and traveling. Thank you guys for coming as well.
Of course, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to talk about this.
Yeah, so Austin, what's first on our list?
Okay, spot take.
Ooh.
I want to hear yours first because I don't think mine's like a big spot take, but I want to hear yours.
Yeah. So a lot of bucket list items and dream trips sound cool in theory, but when you actually experience them, they can be underwhelming or not as life-changing as expected.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
Do you have any experience?
I personally don't, but I read a story where where somebody really liked Michael Jackson, and they went to go visit his house, the Neverland Ranch, and they were a fan outside of the country, and so they were really excited to come to California and see what it was like. But when they went to Neverland, they didn't really experience what they thought they'd experience.
Interesting.
It was very different from what they thought.
Right.
And so I think that sometimes people, they build it up in their head like it's going to be such a cool experience, I'm going to have so much fun here, and then when they actually get there, it's not as fun as they thought.
For sure.
So that's my spot take.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you think it's like? Do you think this like that the media then is like overplaying and overhyping these places, and they actually get there? It's like, meh? Or is it just like the place just isn't really that cool in general? Like,
I think probably both.
Both.
Like they see it and they think, oh, it's probably this super cool place, I'm going to have a really cool experience, and then they get there and it's just not what they thought it was going to be.
It's Hollywoodized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, good point.
So, yeah.
Okay, my spot take. I had a couple, but I ended up choosing this one. I said you don't have to go international or even across the country for an amazing trip, like a bucket list trip checked off.
That is true.
Yep.
I think there's like a lot of really cool things to do, a lot closer than people think. But
Good
it's
point.
like you're saying, a lot of those like bigger places or sites or things, like for example the Grand Canyon. I've never been. And I'm from Arizona. I'm from Arizona.
It's right there.
I've driven past it so many times. Actually, I'm gonna use one that I've been to. Horseshoe Bend. Yeah,
Oh, I've
Horseshoe
seen
Bend,
pictures of
right
that. Horseshoe
on
Bend.
the Utah-Arizona border. And everybody in Arizona is like, you gotta go to Horseshoe Bend in Page, Arizona. And I'm like, I've always wanted to go.
I've never even heard of it.
Really?
I've seen the
it
pictures
looks
of
really
it.
pretty.
Pictures look really
But,
cool, yeah.
It's cool.
That area is pretty, so.
Yeah, it's great. And I went, and it was cool. But I was like, great. Horseshoe Bend.
Horseshoe
My next
Bend.
trip is just go canoeing around it because I think that'd be dope. But like the whole hype was going just looking at it from the cool lookout. Like, yeah, this is great. I went to Denny's after, and I think that was the highlight of the road trip. But it was kind of interesting. Like it was cool, like you were saying. But it's also like you have really cool places like really close. Like let's think about here, and we're gonna talk about that later in the episode. Like here in Rexburg, there's so much to do just around this area.
Good point.
And people are like, oh my gosh, we gotta drive like the 7 hours.
Yeah.
We gotta
go to Provo.
Yeah, we gotta go to Provo to see something cool. I'm like, Provo? What's in Provo? What happened? Yeah, 100%. But there's a lot of really cool things really close, and you don't have to go international.
Actually, you know what? Thinking back on my spot take, now that you've been talking about that.
I take it back.
When I was on FSY, a lot of the students, or a lot of the counselors said that Garden of the Gods would be like a really cool place to visit.
Where is that?
And it's in Colorado Springs.
Oh, sounds cool.
It was pretty cool, but not so much when I went because it was really hot that day and it just kind of messed with the experience. The rocks were cool, but just the whole like walking super long distances just to see another rock formation just eventually kind of wore off. So I would say that's probably my experience of like something that everybody hyped it up to be great and then it just wasn't that great.
Pictures were cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about like everybody's bucket list trip, their top bucket list trip. It can be outside the country, in the country, doesn't even matter. I just want to hear them all. So I want to start with you, Malia.
I think if you asked me growing up, I would say Paris because I was like one of those little girls that was obsessed with France. But I think now I probably would say either Ireland, Scotland, or this island called Isle of Man because that's where my family comes from mostly. Like pretty directly recently too in my lineage. So I think that would mean more to me than going to more of a touristy spot, more of a ancestry trip.
For sure.
Yeah.
And those places are kind of cool.
Yeah, they're definitely different than America a little bit. Depends on where you go, obviously, but yeah. Yeah.
Good one. Jack?
I mean, there's like a lot of places I want to go. Just like different countries and things I want to do, you know, but yeah, I think when Malia said like mean more to me, I think, I don't know, like this might be like kind of cliche, but like going back to my mission, you know? But like, I don't know, I really want to go back to Bolivia one day, just like, you know, because it's not like the most extravagant place or anything, and it's not like super fancy or, you know, anything like that. Like there's still cool things to do down there.
It's memorable.
But yeah, it's just like, oh, the people I already know down there, and you know, just be cool to like revisit them and then, you know, do more touristy things that I didn't do as a missionary.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, I'd probably do that, but if it wasn't my mission, then I don't know, I'd probably want to go to like, I think like Spain would be really cool.
Yeah,
Spain would be dope. Just because like, for one, like they speak Spanish, right? So I can speak Spanish, it'd be fun to be there just for that. But then it's also like, it's different because like most of the vacations I've been on in my life have been tropical, you know, like beach, warm weather, that kind of stuff. So it's like, Spain, I'm sure is still like good weather. I don't know much about Spain, honestly. But I'm like, you know, it's like Europe, so it's like a different, you know, it's different than the tropical stuff.
Yeah, the Spanish culture is very pretty. Yeah, it's
So
very
I've
different.
heard that it's like, you know, pretty buildings, rich history, all that stuff. So I think Spain would be another one that I'd be like, I really want to go.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'd love to say my mission, but I mean, I want to go back for sure. But Africa's fantastic and I loved it. I went on a safari. I like did all the touristy stuff. Like our last P day, we got to go on a safari.
Wow.
And
That'd
that
be cool.
was breathtaking. But that's about it.
Yeah,
The safaris, they're cool, but Mozambique is, it's kind of war torn right now. So I'm like, I don't know if I choose.
That's fair.
I will go back. I promise I will. But I think it's a really hard one. I'm gonna say Brazil.
Brazil.
I speak Portuguese and they speak Portuguese there. I've always wanted to go to Brazil, even before I started speaking Portuguese. And now I just want to go even more. But like specifically, Bahia. Bahia is awesome. I want to go to Bahia.
I've heard of it. Why would you choose Bahia out of all of them though?
It's like
I don't know much about it.
I had a Baiano comp. That man was probably the most laid back, but way fun, dude.
Yeah.
There were two Baiano. My last transfer, it was awesome. I lived with 3 Brazilians, a Mozambican, and then it was me. 2 of the Brazilians were from Bahia, and they had these little songs. So we would grab like a little water bucket thing, like the 5-gallon jugs.
Yeah.
And he would just like start playing a little beat, and my companion would start singing a little like Bahia song, and I'm like, that's sick. It was dope, and like I got to learn a bunch of the songs. I'm like, kind of cool. And he was telling me about the culture, and he was one of my favorite comps. So I'd love to go visit him. But Brazil would be awesome. Another one that's like really close is Portugal, because that's where my wife served. Was Portugal. I think Portugal.
My
would be
sister
dope.
served.
Yeah,
Really? That's so cool.
That's dope. Portugal would be sick.
Yeah, Portugal would be dope. Just like all like the scenery. Yeah. But I think right now I'd stick to Brazil.
Brazil does have a great culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brazil.
They're fun.
Yeah, that does. It makes it like it sounds fun when you say it like that, because it's like you also have the connection. So it's like I have an excuse to go.
Yeah. I gotta sing my Bahia song somewhere.
Yeah, I can't be here. I gotta do it there.
Maya, what is your bucket list trip?
Ooh, I would say going back to Finland.
Ooh, you've been to Finland? Oh, were you like born there?
No. I went to America, or grown up here.
Yeah.
My mom is from there.
That's
so
cool.
I'd love to go visit family. I'm trying to relearn the language because I lost it when I was young. But I'd love to revisit. It's so pretty. They have like this Nordic traditions and things over there that I'd love to revisit. Yeah.
Finland would be cool.
And either that or Japan. I love
Ooh,
Japan.
Japan would be sick too. All like the neon lights, and,
Place. Yeah, Japan's dope.
like the food, the sushi, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan. That's another good one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dang.
So fingers crossed I can learn the language.
Yeah. Have you seen like pictures of Finland and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
like you know what it look like, what stuff there is to do there?
Yeah, they have like a ton of. One of my favorite things is we would go to this store that was like a mall, and it was really cool because they have like all kinds of. It's a grocery store, but they have it's like a mall, so it was really cool because we'd go there, and we'd also visit the. I can't think of it when I'm on air. But we would visit like really cool places.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but-
Probably like nostalgia too, you know, like.
When did you go?
Last time I went was 2019, so it's been a while.
Wow.
How many times have you gone?
Recent.
I used to go all the time when I was young.
Dang, that's cool.
Hey, it's
That is
still
really
bucket
cool.
list. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Bucket list, dude. Every day, let's go.
Run it back.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm not from here. I've seen a lot of cool things to do here. Are you from Idaho? Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a little further.
little bit
Jack,
further.
you're gonna be the one that's gonna know that.
Gonna
area
carry
more.
it, yeah.
But and cool things to do, specifically outdoors, like close to here in Rexburg.
Close to
I have a few
Rexburg.
written down. The one that I've gone to is Mesa Falls and the Sand Dunes.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Those are
aren't
both
super great.
fantastic. Mesa Falls is super pretty.
I love Mesa
That's the one up by Island Park, right?
Yeah.
You're just on your way? Okay.
Yeah, and they have like the little history, little plaques. Yeah.
Like the boardwalk. or whatever.
Information, yeah, cool
That's
science
pretty-
stuff
that's
about
a
it.
pretty spot right
Yeah,
there. That's
it's
cool.
easy to walk around in that one too. Yeah.
It blew my Arizona mind. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. We don't have that much water down there. But
Yeah.
that Bear Lake is close-ish.
Bear Lake is good.
The
Bear Lake is fun.
Tetons are right there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Yellowstone's not too
I was gonna mention Yellowstone. Yeah, Yellowstone's great.
So Jack, in your opinion, then, what is like the number one cool thing to do close to here, proximity wise?
Close to Rexburg.
Close is relative. I'd say like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours away ish. I don't know, man. I don't know, like, cause my family, we always, like, this is, I don't know, I guess this is more of like a commitment trip, you know?
Okay.
But for me growing up, we would always go to Island Park to camp, like, every summer, like, for my whole life until my mission, really. So I think that's a great option, you know? Like, we usually would bring, like, our trailers, but then we built a cabin, then we sold it, so we don't go anymore.
Yeah.
But going up to Island Park, camping every summer is super fun because, you know, we would go to like frog ponds. There's frog ponds up there, you know, wait for the frogs to catch them and stuff. So fun. And then, yeah, just like biking, hiking, you know, there's lots of different trails to go, like four-wheeling. Tons of stuff up there, honestly. And Island Park's like only an hour away, so it's not super far. Yeah. And yeah, like Yellowstone is close by there too, like you were saying. Yellowstone, there's tons to do in there, you know, like geysers, wildlife, all that stuff. But I don't know, I think it's a little bit of a bigger thing, you know, but I would say Island Park just because it's like, it's nostalgic for me, but there's like so many things that you can do there and just like enjoy nature, you know? Because I've never been like a huge like outdoors nature guy, but like going camping every summer as a kid, it was always a blast, you know, so.
For sure.
I don't know, probably Island Park.
Island Park. Malia, where have you gone and what has been your favorite destination?
I've been to Yellowstone multiple times, so I probably would say Yellowstone. Like, I haven't been to the Tetons. Around Rexburg, I'm like, Crest Creek, but that's just like a tiny little hike, well, walk. I probably would say Yellowstone because because Yellowstone is very big and because there's lots of things to do. I feel like I've only been to the spots that are pretty common to go to. I don't remember what spots they're called, but yeah, I probably would say Yellowstone because also I haven't seen many animals when I go, except for this last time when we went. There was a ton of animals, and I didn't even bring my camera. So I would say also bring your camera. I was like my little iPhone. I was like trying to zoom in. It's like, this is not my camera. Yes, so I probably would say Yellowstone. Yeah, it's just a little more of a drive, but worth it.
How far away is it?
Isn't it like 2 hours?
I think so.
Yeah, because Island Park's like an hour, and then Yellowstone, like from there's like another hour-ish.
When we drive it doesn't feel that long.
It's like gotta be like 2 hours, maybe a little bit over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
That's not bad at all.
guess.
Nice day trip right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we just went one for a day for a few hours and then came back. So
Yeah, that's a Yellowstone.
it works.
Maya, what do you think?
I would say around here, I really like Jackson Hole.
Oh, I forgot about Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole's nice.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
We went for a class trip, and it was a lot of fun. too.
I'm on 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like the first time I'd ever been, and it was so fun because we got to take pictures at the little
At the antler arch thing, yeah, there you go.
That was really fun, and then we got to just kind of hang out and try the food, and it was a great time. I enjoyed it.
Jackson
I
Hole.
forgot about Jackson Hole. I went for Com 11.
Yeah.
But I heard it's like, I don't ski or snowboard. But I heard it's amazing for skiing and snowboarding.
Yeah.
Are you guys skiers, snowboarders?
I've skied a few times in my life. Like, I don't know. Usually I go like once a year. But yeah, I'm like still bunny hill, you know, like I'm nothing beyond that. So like, as far as like good skiing goes, I'm like, I have no idea. Wherever has a bunny hill, I'm fine with it.
I've only been skiing once, and it was cross country skiing, but it was, and I hated it. It was in March, and it was actually in Island Park, but the snow was not super great. I was told, and I'd never been skiing, so couldn't compare it to anything. But I just kept falling. I can go straight really well, but as soon as I needed to turn, I kept falling, and I kept hurting my knees. And I was like, guys, I'm a dancer, and I'm like, I need my knees. So everyone else is like, you're fine, but it was frustrating because I think I was the only one that hadn't been skiing before because it was a group of us. But I want to snowboard. I feel like I would like that one a little bit more. But
You skateboard too.
I can skateboard, like straight and turning.
There you go. Yeah, I longboard, so I'm like, I think I ripstick too as a kid, and I heard it was like
Yeah.
ripstick.
I feel like if you can do a ripstick, you could probably do a snowboard.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
I want to try it, but I don't know. I get cold so fast.
Yeah.
My Arizona blood doesn't like it.
Yeah, I can see the deal with the cold too.
You just gotta layer up out there, dude.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to visit all of these places. Like, I love to go to Bear Lake. I love to go. Like,
Bear
I
Lake's
want to go
fun.
hike the Tetons. Like, that is. I actually, if I had a bucket list, like, place to go around here, it would be the Tetons, over Yellowstone, over anything else. Because I want to go hike. I heard there are some busing trails over there, so I would love to go hike Tetons.
How far away are the Tetons? Because I know we could see them, but how, like, you have to drive to them?
Great question.
Like
Let's fact
45 minutes away, maybe?
I'm a fact check.
Because I've never been, but a bunch of my friends have been like, let's go, and I just never been.
Grand National Park. It is an hour and 49 minutes away.
That's not bad either.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna go.
I think Tetons do look pretty though.
I would love to go to the Tetons.
Yeah.
So Rachel and I, she's also a big hiker. We're gonna put a little tent. There's a little attachment. We're getting a little cross track. Love it. It's so dope. Super real. This is an ad for you. But we're getting one of those like cool attachable tents to the top of the car.
Really?
So I'm like, if we have that, we can literally go wherever the heck we want.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
Take whatever trips you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So would you like sleep in it on the top of the car?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
They're really
crazy.
cool.
That sounds dope.
That's
seen
one of the
those.
big things. Yeah.
Sounds cool. You can just live in your car. There you go. Yeah. Cheap.
We're wanting to do that. I think that would make the Tetons really like way more accessible. But for around here, my go-to, I love Mesa Falls.
Mesa
I've
Falls
been
is a
there
great
so
one.
many times. It's so close and like it's easy.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a small little family or whatever, you can take your family. Like it's not
Yeah.
hike.
And you could do that on the way to Yellowstone, because that's what we did last time we went to.
that's true.
Oh, no, we did that on the way to Island Park. Anyways, I think I'm getting mixed up.
I'm sure it can be on the way.
Probably. But yeah, it's really pretty when it's all rainy outside, and then the waterfall, like everything's green. It's so pretty. Yeah.
Good pick.
2 different times. The first time I went, it was like November, so it was getting a little colder. It was rainy. It was cold, but it was really pretty. Like the rain, like you were saying, was really
It's still pretty, yeah. Like,
And then I went again the year after in, when was it? It was August? Yeah, it was August. And it was beautiful.
That's
Holy
cool.
cow, like the summer,
Yeah,
all the green.
summer vibes up there. They're so
The sun
good.
was all shining down. Then I went again in September, and leaves were starting to change. And I'm like, wow,
Oh, yeah.
this is so cool. I love it. So definitely, I would say Mesa Falls is something that everybody has to do around here. I heard there's some cool hot springs though, like closer to.
oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
I haven't gone though.
I've only been to one hot springs, and that was lava.
Lava, that's actually a great pick right there.
Lava
yeah.
Hot Springs?
I know it's like, I feel like it's a more popular pick, but lava's fantastic. Yeah, like the hot springs are great. The pool in the summer, it's packed, but it's great.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, because like if you get like the water slides, you got the platforms to dive off of.
For sure.
Lava's pretty, and lava's like what, an hour 15, maybe? An hour 10?
probably.
Same distance as
Pocatello.
Pocatello-ish, yeah. So lava's a good pick too. But there's
You guys been to the lava caves?
I've literally only been to lava hot springs
Really?
because they don't really have those in California.
lava springs.
No. They're probably like half an hour away from here.
Oh, really?
But it's really cool. It's just like, it's a bunch of, it's not a bunch, it's a big old cave that was formed by like some lava or whatever.
Wow.
And there's a little plaque on the front. It said that there's some war or something that was going on, and they used the caves as like a bunker
Wow.
during the war.
That's dope.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was
That's
really
cool.
It was really cold there, and we went, I think it was like beginning of September, and it was really cold in
Wow.
the little tubes, but it was awesome.
Interesting.
It was really cool. That was one. I have no clue where it is, so don't ask.
Yeah, but if
But it
it's
was cool.
close,
Yeah, it's
you'll
dope.
probably find it easy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Hey everyone, unfortunately we had some audio issues this week and we had to cut out our final segment, which included the conversation wrap-up, quiz, and closing thoughts. I'm really sorry about that. But before we go, I wanted to quickly share some upcoming events from the Spotlight that you won't want to miss. Here they are. Today, Disney will be here for an event called the Disney College Program Main Session that will be from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Manwaring Center, room 372A, Little Theater. Tonight, there's a music ensemble called Baroque Ensemble, where you will get to hear many classic pieces from Baroque himself, Handel, Bach, and other wonderful musicians. This event will be from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Snow Building, room 136, the Barris Concert Hall. Tickets are $8, $5 for students, and are available through the BYU-Idaho ticket OS. Event dress is requested. The next day, on Friday, there's an event called the International Cinema Battleship Potemkin, which will be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Spory Building, room 35, the Lecture Hall. On Friday as well, there's also an opera workshop being held from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Snow Building, room 136, which is also the Barris Concert Hall. And finally, Center Stage is happening once again. This time, get excited for Matt and Savannah Shaw's concert, a father-daughter duo, which will be held at 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Hart Building, room 250, which is the auditorium, gym stage combo. For more events, visit the I Belong website for an extensive list of fun weekly activities. That's it for the Spotlight. All right, everybody, you've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were
Austin Pace.
Jack Esplin.
Malia Vanbuskirk.
and Maiya Waddell. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. Producers were the hosts with supervision by Brandon Isle and Natalia Hepworth. Our theme music is Finding Happiness by DJ Quads and The Perpetual Ticking of Time by Artificial Music. To listen to more episodes of The Spot, like and follow us on social media or visit our website, byui.edu/radio, and click podcast. Be sure to subscribe to The Spot Podcast wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review of the show and leave a comment on what we should talk about next.